made the term sheet with them, but it has not been operative as of now. So the shareholding agreement has not been executed so far. Maybe we may do it in next quarter also.
Okay. Okay, sure. Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Bhavya Gandhi from Dalal & Broacha. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for the opportunity. So if you can just throw some light on the regulation that was there for FY25, that there was with respect to recycling. I mean, the regulation started somewhere in FY22, then there was something in 25, and then 26 onwards with 30% that recycled plastic that one has to use. If you can throw some light on that.
So basically, the regulation was notified in May 22. With to be effective from April 25, and this timeline is intact. So they have made some changes in between regarding the penalties and all those things, but the timeline is intact.
No, so there was some so basically there are three stages, if I'm not wrong. One was with respect to recollecting the entire plastic, then recycling and reusing, right? So if you can throw light on the entire timeline, how this implementation was going to take place, like FY22 EPR became effective, if I'm not wrong.
Right.
Right. So what was that stage one, recollect?
So basically,
what exactly one has to do?
Yes. So basically, you see all the packaging manufacturers and brand owners who are putting out packaging, packaging products out in the market. So the first stage is that they have to ensure that the plastic gets collected and gets recycled. So this is what is called a EPR certificate, or extended producer's responsibility. So what is happening right now, for example, is that all the brands like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Bisleri, etc., all of them, whatever plastic they are putting out in the market, they are buying EPR certificates from recyclers. So for example, like we recycle rigid plastics. So we give out certificates of that, we have recycled rigid plastics of this much quantity on the behalf of so-and-so brand. And so that's the first category, or the first liability, which is that all the brands should ensure and should collect these recycling certificates from the recyclers that the material is actually being collected and being recycled. Whatever use it is being put to is another question. And then the next stage basically is then that, that they have to ensure that they start using the recyclate itself in their products and applications from 2025 onwards. So the EPR has started long back in 2021-2 itself. So from that long back itself, the recyclers have been selling recycling certificates to these packaging manufacturers. And then the next stage now, which is starting from next year, is to actually use it into a circular economy application.
So I get your point, sir. So in FY25, I'm just trying to understand the recycle process is already started, right? So stage 2, FY25, which mentions about recycling. So what exactly is the difference between FY25 regulation and 26 regulation?
No, from 25, there is no regulation. There is no timeline for the FY25. The actual timeline is from the April 25, that is FY26.
Okay. So the FY25 regulation is that they need to buy 100% of their EPR certificates. So if they are putting out 1,000 tons of plastic, let's say, out in the market, they have to ensure they are also buying certificates equivalent to 1,000 tons. So 100% recycling they have to ensure. They have to buy the certificates for. And the next year, the FY26 commitment which is starting is to actually use the recyclate in packaging itself from 30%.
Got it. Okay, fair enough. And sir, another question is with respect to revenue from Warangal. So if I subtract the consol and standalone figure, it comes to closer to 70 odd crores at 86% utilization. And barring the capacity, line 3 which is going to come up, if I extrapolate, our revenue comes closer to 320, 340 odd crores, even if we are able to do, sort of 90% capacity utilization. If you can just help me understand the 600 crore revenue figure that we are targeting.
Yeah, so you see our second production line of rPET and the RPSF line has started in March itself. So only 1 month production is there. And with the third production line is to be operational from next month. So we would be get almost full year numbers with us.
Okay.
So 42,000 ton is the rPET capacity, and 12,600 ton is for the RPSF capacity, and rest is the filament yarn and polypropylene staple fiber. So taken together all these things, we would be having a turnover of 500 to 600 ton per hour.
Okay, got it. And is it possible to quantify the absolute debt reduction that we've taken place, and what is the interest savings for FY25?
Yeah, so we have reduced the debt of about 200 crore.
Okay. And what would be the overall average cost of borrowings at this stage, post debt reduction?
Post the cost of funds is about 8.5%.
Okay, 8.5%. Okay, thank you so much. I'll get back in the queue.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Kavit from Phillip Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Sir, I just wanted to understand our sourcing strategy. So, the EPR, as per the EPR guidelines, from FY26 onwards, the companies will have to use 30% of the recycled product. So, can you just elaborate on your sourcing strategy? Have you tied up with corporates, or from where are we sourcing our raw materials from?
So as you see, we are already in this field since last 30 years. We are having the quite grassroots level network, sourcing network. So and you see, we are already collecting more than 150,000 ton material on yearly basis. And with the ramp up of our capacity in Warangal, we have already put the network in place for getting the raw material.
Okay. But do you see any corporates coming and approaching you for in order to comply with the EPR guidelines?
So EPR guideline is on the brands and packaging companies. It is not on us.
Correct. So have they come and approached you in order to get their material or products recycled?
Yes, so we are already providing the EPR certifications to some brands.
Okay, so what kind of contracts are these? Are these long-term contracts with them, or just a one-time contract with them?
No, it is not a long-term contract. It is a short-term contract. Say quarterly contracts are there.
Okay.
So basically how this is working, that you see, in energy exchange, we are having REC certificates for renewable energy consumption. You have to consume a certain percentage of renewable energy against any supply through the exchanges. So the similar sort of EPR certification portal has been generated by Central Pollution Control Board, CPCB, and every recycler is getting their quantity of material recycled uploaded on the portal, and then they get a certification for per metric ton of recycled materials. And this certificate is you can able to sell to the brand owners, and it has to be transferred on the portal. So on portal, if I do a contract with Coca-Cola or Bisleri for a recycling of 1,000 ton of material on their behalf, I have to transfer 1,000 certificate to them on the portal, against which they are paying the certain charges for EPR certificates. So this is working like this only.
Okay, understood, sir. And sir, where do we see the demand coming from in the next couple of years? Because most of we have been catering to the textile sector. So now are we seeing, do we see a shift in terms of revenue from textile to, let's say, recycling of bottles? Where do we see the demand coming from? How will our revenue shift?
Yes, so in our legacy business, most of the sale, as we discussed, is from the textile sector. 65% is from the textile sector, from pure conventional textile sector. And from going forward, as we are moving ahead on the putting up the more and more rPET granule capacities, so the major turnover will come from the major sale will come from the packaging industry.
Right.
So going forward, say in next 1 or 2 years, we are seeing almost 50% contribution in sale would be from the packaging sector, 50% from the textile and technical textile sector.
Okay, so you're saying that in the next 1 or 2 years, the revenue share will
Sir, sorry to interrupt, but you are not audible clearly, sir.
Hello, yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so you are saying that in next 1 to 2 years, we are seeing equal share of revenue from packaging and textile.
Yes.
That is the kind of demand we are seeing from the packaging and because of the EPR norms.
Yes.
Okay. Understood, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Divyam Gupta from Gupta Family Office. Please go ahead.
I am audible.
Sir, you are audible. Please
Yes.
go ahead.
Yeah, great. Good afternoon, sir. I just have one question. In the last earnings call, you had guided for a 1,600 to 2,000 crore top line and for 16 to 18% operating margins on a consolidated basis. And in today's call, you mentioned the lower end of your guidance, which is 1,600 crores at 16%. So are you being conservative or has something changed for us?
No, actually, the 600 to 2,000 guidance is on the fully operational capacities of the Warangal plant. In FY25, though some of our unit, some part of our one production line will be operational by July itself, so we will not be having the full effect of that capacity, as well as ramp up of our filament yarn capacity is slowly ramping up. Taken together, we are looking for turnover of about 1,800 to 2,000 crore.
Okay, so when at full capacity, it can reach about 2,000 crores at around 17-18% margins, right? And for FY25, we can account for around 1,600 crores at 16%.
Right.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Wish you all the best for FY25.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Zalak Rati from Agility Advisory. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Could you please help me in understanding how do we achieve capacity utilization of more than 100%? Like in our PPT, we have mentioned that capacity utilization is 107%. So how do we achieve that?
So basically, I think this is for RPSF.
Right.
So
right,
for
right.
RPSF, So RPSF, what has happened in past 25 years, we are gaining a lot of knowledge and understanding of the equipments supplied by our OEMs, and we have do the regular debottlenecking in the process itself, and in few lines we are even able to achieve 115% of capacity utilization because the debottlenecking process has been done in the process.
So the capacity utilization number is in respect to the nameplate capacity, actual capacity versus nameplate capacity.
And do we have any plan to forward integrate in yarn or fabric business?
So we are not having, our core focus is now on the recycling only, and the mainly on the rPET granules. So we are not having an immediate plan in going into the yarn or the fabric business in Ganesha Ecosphere.
rPET forward integration in rPET business?
No plan is there for the going ahead into moving further in the rPET business. But yes, it is not ruled out completely. Whenever we will get any opportunity or any business proposition, we may move it from the rPET granules to further value addition.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Bhavya Gandhi from Dalal and Broacha. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for the second opportunity. Somewhere I saw that, you mentioned that you want to gain 25% market share in the rPET granules, and somewhere it's quoted around 1 million tons would be the total capacity which would be needed. So can you throw some light? I mean, where do we get this data from, and how do we intend to get to that capacity? Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So you see, presently there is about 1.2 million ton of PET chips consumption, working chips. So by regulation, from 25 April 25 onwards, 30% will have to be the recycled and the rPET granules to be mixed with the virgin. So there is a requirement of 300 to 350,000 ton, and this 30% is going to be 60% by 28. So the requirement of rPET will be double from 350,000 ton to 700,000 ton. Plus there is a itself 14-15% growth is there in the PET industry. So the consumption of 1.2 million tons is expected to be 2 million tons by 29-30. So 60% is around 1 million ton requirement is there.
Okay, got it. And can you just throw some light on the absolute capacity that we have as of now, closing for FY24?
It is overall capacity, or you want the rPET capacity?
Overall capacity.
So the overall capacity is basically it is 148,000 ton.
148,000 ton?
Yes.
Okay.
Which has been operational.
Okay, 148,000 ton. And we'll add only 14,000 more to the total capacity, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And yeah, that's it from my end. Yeah.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to ask a question, you may please press star and 1. The next question comes from the line of Sanjay Ladha from Dastium Research. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir, just a bookkeeping question. In the investor presentation of page number 23, we have given segment-wise revenue and export data. That is for FY23 or 24, because they have written FY23.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, I couldn't get.
So, sir, in the investor presentation, on the page 23, in the segment-wise revenue and export data, we have written FY23, and the data is, so the current year going on FY24. So just wanted to understand, it is for FY23 or 24?
Yeah, so it is FY23 only. Sorry, we couldn't update it. We skipped to update it. It is for 23.
So, sir, if you can share that data for FY24, it will be really.
Of course, we will update it. We will update it.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Pratik Kothari from CR Kothari Stock Broking. Please go ahead.
Sir, if you can throw some color on the competition in the rPET business, where do you see our competitors coming up in the next couple of years, and what kind of capacity is coming up in the rPET business in this sector as a whole? If you can give us some guidance or something.
Yeah, yes, you have to. You will take it?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Kubal. So, yeah, Pratik, so basically, you're absolutely right. There are a couple of players who are coming up with capacities. The existing fiber recycling players, some of the bigger players like JB, Cotex Alliance, BL, etc., have also announced their rPET capacities as well. Each of them are coming out with 1 line capacity currently. And other than that, in terms of big players, Indorama is also coming up with a capacity for rPET in the coming up years. So as of today, the current expected capacity for the rPET industry by FY25 end would be around 200 to 250,000 tons, which is currently under installation.
Okay, that's helpful. That's about it. That's about it from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Participants, if you wish to ask questions, you may please press star and one. As we have no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much to the Antique team and the host. I hope you have been able to address all your queries. We thanks to all of you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Manish.
Yes. Thank you, sir. On behalf of Antique Stock Broking, that concludes this conference. Thank you all for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines.